Right now, your fitness tracker is lying to you. Not about your steps, about the goal. The 10,000 steps target you've been chasing, it didn't come from science. It came from a Japanese company called Yamasa Tokei, who in 1965 named their pedometer the manpo-kei, which literally translates to 10,000 steps meter, to sell more units during the Tokyo Olympics hype. 60 years later, a 2022 Lancet meta-analysis of 47,471 adults found something the supplement and fitness tracker industries don't want you to know. The actual benefit plateaus at around 7,000 steps. Walking more doesn't add more, and walking less than you think does more than you think. In the next 8 minutes, we'll trace what actually happens to your body day by day at 7,000 steps for 30 days, and why this might be the highest ROI 30-minute habit you've ever started. Let's start with why the number you're chasing is wrong. Walking is the closest thing humans have to a free drug. It activates over 200 muscles, lowers blood pressure, releases endorphins and BDNF, improves insulin sensitivity, and triggers gene expression, changes that no supplement on earth can match. Think of walking like a prescription drug with a dose-response curve. Below a certain dose, you get no effect. Past the optimal dose, you don't get more benefit. Sometimes you get less. That's exactly how steps work. Below 4,000 steps, you're essentially sedentary. The body treats you as inactive. Between 4,000 and 7,000, every step gives massive benefit. The Paluch 2022 Lancet study tracked this in 47,000 adults. By 7,000 to 8,000 steps, mortality risk dropped by 50 to 70%. Then something weird happens. From 8,000 to 10,000, and even higher, the curve flattens. More steps don't add more years. This is what I call the Lancet plateau, the point where extra walking stops paying. Let's trace what happens when you commit to the sweet spot. 7,000 steps a day for 30 days. Day 1. You hit 7,000 steps for the first time. For most office workers, that's about 35 to 45 minutes of walking spread across the day. Within the first hour after a brisk walk, your body releases endorphins and BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the same molecule we covered in the Brain Foods video. Your mood lifts. Cognitive clarity sharpens for 2 to 3 hours. Day 3, blood pressure starts dropping measurably. A 2020 study from the University of California tracks sedentary adults move to 7,000 daily steps. By day 3, systolic blood pressure dropped 4 millimeters of mercury on average. By day 7, it dropped 7. That's the same effect size as starting a low-dose blood pressure medication. From walking. Day 5, resting heart rate begins to decline. Most people see a 3 to 5 beats per minute drop by end of week 1. Over a lifetime, that means millions of fewer heart contractions. Day 7, 1 week. The Saint-Maurice 2020 JAMA study found that subjects walking 7,000 plus steps daily had a 50 to 70% lower all-cause mortality compared to those under 4,000. The benefit shows up in just 1 week of consistency. Day 10. Now something specific happens, and it depends on something nobody talks about: cadence. Cadence is how fast you walk, not your total steps, your steps per minute. And here's the threshold. 100 steps per minute is the cardiovascular activation point. Think of your body like a battery. Walking slowly charges it slightly. Walking briskly, at 100 steps per minute or more, charges it exponentially faster. Past 130 steps per minute, you're running. The sweet spot is the brisk walk most people don't do. Day 12. Heart rate variability, HRV, begins climbing. A 2018 study at the University of Sydney measured HRV in subjects walking 7,000 steps daily at 100 plus cadence. After 14 days, HRV improved by 12%, comparable to what we covered in the sleep timing video. Day 14. Insulin sensitivity rises measurably. Your muscles, after 2 weeks of consistent walking, take in glucose more efficiently. Fasting blood sugar drops by an average of 10 milligrams per deciliter in pre-diabetic subjects. Your body's being recalibrated. quietly without you needing willpower for a single rep. Day 17, visceral fat, the dangerous belly fat wrapped around your organs, starts shrinking, not from calorie burn alone, from AMPK activation, a metabolic switch that walking flips on and that visceral fat is uniquely sensitive to. A 2019 study in the journal Obesity found that 7,000 daily steps for 12 weeks reduced visceral fat by 11%. Most of that change began between days 15 and 21. Day 19, mitochondrial density in your leg muscles increases. More mitochondria means more energy production, more fat burning, more endurance. After 3 weeks of consistent walking, mitochondrial markers rise around 8 to 12%, the same range elite endurance athletes get from much harder training. Day 21, 3 weeks in. Now the slow gains compound. Sleep quality improves measurably. Most subjects report falling asleep 8 to 12 minutes faster and waking up less. Mood becomes more stable. Your knees surprisingly stop hurting. Synovial fluid circulation in the joints improves with consistent low-impact movement. Day 25. VO2 max, the gold standard measure of cardiovascular fitness, improves measurably. A 2021 study at the University of Pittsburgh found that 30 days of 7,000 daily steps at 100+ cadence raised VO2 max by 10 to 15% in previously sedentary adults. For reference, a 10% V2 max gain is associated with a 15% reduction in cardiovascular mortality. Day 30, the full reveal. By 30 days at 7,000 daily steps, blood pressure down 7 to 9 millimeters of mercury systolic, resting heart rate down 4 to 6 beats per minute, HRV up 18%, visceral fat down 5 to 8%, insulin sensitivity up 22%, VO2 max up 10 to 15%. Here's the part most fitness trackers won't tell you. The benefits between 7,000 and 10,000 are tiny. The benefits between 4,000 and 7,000 are massive. The number that matters isn't 10,000, it's whether you hit the threshold and at what cadence. So what do you actually do? 1. Aim for 7,000 to 8,000 daily steps, not 10,000. If you're under 4,000, even getting to 5,000 cuts mortality risk by 40%. 2. Chase cadence, not count. Aim for at least 100 steps per minute on your main walk. That's brisk, like you're 5 minutes late but not running. 3. Front load. A morning 20-minute walk before breakfast triggers a hormonal cascade you don't get from spreading steps across the day. 4. Track variability, not perfection. Missing a day doesn't reset the benefits. Average over a week. Aim for 7,000 daily on average. Here's the truth fitness trackers and step counter apps won't say out loud. The 10,000 number isn't a goal. It's a marketing target. The science says less can be more if you walk it right. If you're going to try 7,000 steps daily for 14 days, drop a comment with what you noticed first. Was it sleep? Mood? Your blood pressure reading? I read every reply. And if you want the next part, the exact number of push-ups your body actually responds to, it's lower than you think. Subscribe to at Dr. Doodle 101. That video drops Friday. Science made easy every week.